Hello everyone and welcome back to another chart planning update video. As you can tell by the title of this video, we're going to be covering both Mara and Bitcoin during this video. So before we get started, quick thing on the last Mara update video, I shared with you guys a position I opened. It was a long put buy to open contract. It was like 5 options contracts. I was just shorting as a little trade to short the Mara earnings report, and it worked out pretty well. So I'm gonna post, or I'm gonna try to put a picture of my closing transaction up here. The trade ended up having a result of like $90 something in profit. So $90 something shorting Mara earnings worked out pretty nicely. So if you guys want to see what the actual buy looks like, you can see it on the last Mara update video, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. Because it was a fun little trade there. So before we actually do get started, everything I say in this video is my own personal opinion. It is not financial advice, and everything I'm going to be covering in this video is to document my own personal opinion on the assets we're going to be looking at, and in no means am I telling anyone to buy, hold, or sell anything during this video. So just like I promised though, I did update Mara chart. I made it a lot more simple, and then I also did a little update on Bitcoin, but we're going to cover just real quickly what happened with Mara, what my expectations are, and then we'll jump over to Bitcoin, and there I'll be able to explain to you guys how Bitcoin can influence Mara, understanding that they did have it was a bad earnings report, but it wasn't terrible. But I'm going to show you guys how they all kind of mix together. So if you have been following me, you'll understand that, or if you've been following me on social media, or you are in my Discord server, you will know that I did update these charts, and I kind of gave you guys my opinion on them on those platforms. But I'm going to go ahead and brief you guys on it one more time in case you are new or you don't follow me on our free Discord or social medias. So ever since the end of the actually I'll go back bigger picture. I'll start off from there. So I like to trade certain assets, and this is one of them, and it's going to be the same thing for Bitcoin in 5-wave move structures for the bullish side, where first, third, and fifth waves are bullish, and the second and fourth wave are bearish. And what that looks like on the bigger picture is towards the end of 2022, we started a new bullish structure. This bullish structure is not completely trailing the Bitcoin price, but it is heavily influenced by the Bitcoin price. So we saw a first, second, third wave up. We completed a fourth wave correction, potentially, and I'll explain what I mean by that in a moment. And then the fifth wave can bring us up to roughly at least $45 per share, conservatively speaking. Real quick though, the reason I say that the fourth wave is possibly in now is because this could potentially be, and I'll show you guys what I mean by that right now. This could be the fourth wave because they do tend to overextend, and I say that a lot of videos. This could potentially be a W X and then Y wave, which means that potentially I haven't drawn out an extension level for this, or where the Y wave could finish, because we don't have a confirmation yet that this is a more extended WXY wave on the bigger picture. Reason being is because we still haven't broken below what is right now established as the fourth wave low, the overall fourth wave low. Since we haven't surpassed this right here, this blue 3-wave count is not valid. It is not there, but it's just, I'm kind of giving you guys a little bit of, I'm just trying to illustrate to you guys what a potential extended wave can look like. And when I break down the Bitcoin chart, this will make a lot more sense, and then you guys can determine yourself if it makes sense to you or not. But I am bullish, and I would ideally like to not see, I do not want to see an extended three-wave move down, because it won't make too much sense when you're comparing it to Bitcoin, but I'm going to get to that in a moment. As of right now, though, because we do not have that confirmed, we haven't made a new low, I'm still looking to complete a two-wave move, and what that can look like is a smaller version of this. So as of right now, until we have confirmation that we are looking at an extended wave, that means we are currently looking at just a smaller three-wave correction right here. So then we can start moving up to our third wave, which can potentially conservatively top out in this area up here. So the next leg move up on Mara, if we can finally surpass this swing high, at least $30 is where I'm looking at. So anywhere in this range is my conservative next leg up for Mara. And then this yellow area, as you can see, the dot, I put it right here in the premium section. So it's just an estimate. This will change over time, but it's just to give you guys some illustration. It's just to show you guys that if this price were to reach, the premium half of this blue extension area for the one more leg up, then this will be the area I'm looking at for a correction before then we start moving up even higher. And once I break down Bitcoin again, it's going to make a lot more sense. But this can change depending where this goes, because if there is bearish momentum at the moment, Bitcoin is currently down, and if it stays down throughout the weekend and we still see very low $60,000 levels, or if we even briefly break below 60,000 as we enter into the next trading week, we could potentially see Mara continue to sell off a bit more and then find support somewhere in this area right here. Now, due to Mara's HODL policy, they recently just bought $100 million worth of Bitcoin, and they're holding on to Bitcoin as they mine it, which means that if Bitcoin were to finally just break up and finally retest all-time highs, then we can potentially see this get invalidated, because we will start moving up higher from here. So what that would look like, if you are trying to determine if there is a reversal and bullish momentum is going to take over, then we need to see prices reach into this area and not get rejected. If prices we can either go down or go up, get rejected, and then fall back down short term. So this is, if we can hold prices in here, it would give us more evidence that we're going to start moving up higher and at least retest all-time highs right here. Let me change that up a little bit. Let's do green. Actually, let's do, I want to make it look nice. Let's just do this lavender color and then a regular line. There we go. So if we can finally see prices break into this green, this opens up the area to finally retest all-time highs. So that's my view on Mara, and I'm going to jump into Bitcoin right now. So again, depending on what Bitcoin does this weekend, we could potentially see the red being tested. I don't see prices consolidating in this area right here. I see prices either finally reaching this red, making this a big buying opportunity, or a very clear buying signal, or we can see prices start breaking up higher to finally test if we're going to see excuse me. Okay, if we're going to see bullish momentum begin from here, and then from there, this is a third wave estimate depending on what happens early next week, and then this will be an estimate right here for the fourth wave, depending where this ends up being if we go there. So I do expect we're gonna go there, and let me show you guys Bitcoin now. All right, so Bitcoin is moving. Let me try to change this up a little bit. There you go. So I also changed up the wave count for. Oh, actually, I didn't explain this, so let me explain this in case you guys are interested. The reason I made this a first wave here and now we're looking for the second wave is because um, this was a very clear 5-wave move structure, but I realized last night when I was restructuring this chart that this third wave, like if on the smaller structure here, or the microwave structure, and someone made a joke about that, it's microwave, but either way, this third wave here was shallow. This fourth wave was very like short-lived, and then the fifth wave was also very shallow in my opinion. Although if you were to draw out like start from the first wave to the third wave and then down to the fourth wave, we never reached this area for a fifth wave. So super shallow, super short-lived structures in here, making me think that really that's not a good first wave structure because it didn't meet minimum requirements, right? It didn't reach our structures properly like we would like them, based on my own trading strategy. So I ended up finding just a simple 5-wave move in here where we saw an extended um, fourth wave kind of like consolidating horizontal a little bit. And then we broke up higher, retested the low, and then broke up higher, finally creating an easy to look at fifth wave structure right here for the first wave. So that makes more sense to me, and now we're trying to look for the second wave. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. And then the second wave, as you can see, it's very quick. It hasn't extended. The bullish move up on this little correction wasn't, it was very low as well. So this is making me believe that this is more likely a second wave than a fourth wave, and then this is a very simple, or at least more clear first wave. And so yeah, that's how I broke it down, and that's how I'm going to be continuing to trade this stock. So Bitcoin, now this is what's going to affect Mara, and then as well what we're looking at for Bitcoin. So this is how I restructured my trade. I ended up making the first wave top out here, and we never finished the second wave. Instead, we're trying to finish the second wave now, and then from there we can start. I can give you guys a third wave estimate, or a third wave zone. So how I ended up restructuring this. If you want to look at what the structure looks like for both Mara and Bitcoin before, just look at my last Mara video. I believe I show both of these charts there. If not, you can just look at my Mara and Bitcoin video. So what I ended up doing was I found a super quick, simple, smaller structure within this overall fourth wave. That makes sense to me, being because we see a very quick, sudden super small structure, or somewhat of a bullish structure here because this low never surpassed this one. We ended up finding another high in this area right here, and then we also had a smaller. If I go to the smaller picture, you'll see a very simple wave up, super quick correction, finishing off, making a one more high where then we surpassed the 0.5 retracement from this wave up right here. We surpassed that coming down into here, and then since we didn't break this low, then I was able to be more confident that we are moving higher, and then as long as we break this high, that to me was going to be my first wave high. So we broke this high right here, and we got rejected shortly after, so that's why I determined this to be the first wave. Super quick second wave correction, and then an extended third wave correction is ideal, and that's what we have here before we started moving down. You can also potentially determine that because these lows, right? The swing low and the swing low are pretty much equal. Probably in the micro picture, this low probably like dips down below it just slightly more. So you could just say that, this was the third wave high, and then we had A wave overshooting B wave, and then a C wave making this the uh, fourth wave. So it doesn't matter if you want to say this is the third wave or this is the third wave. It doesn't really matter because the fourth wave is going to end in the same spot. And then we had a quick, just simple um, one more move higher, completing the fifth wave. And then now we're looking for the second wave correction. So that's how I'm structuring the new structure, the updated structure, because this dip surpassed this low right here, and then of course these lows, it surpassed it, and then it also surpassed two different extension levels I was using as support. Again, if you look at the last video, you'll see what those extension levels were. It broke below both of them, so I had to restructure. And now what I'm looking for is just quite simply, I'm not even looking for a support area. I am looking to slowly add to my Bitcoin core position, and I explain how I plan to add to my core position on a video that I made last night. It's my Bitcoin portfolio update. I talk about my core position there, I show it off, and then how I plan to manage that position. So I'll be adding to my core position as long as we stay below this retracement area, and if we move down even more, I'll be adding more. Because again, it's my core position, and if you want to know how I plan to manage that properly, it's in my last video, so just check it out. So if prices continue to move lower, that's when we can see Mara start to reach the red support area that we have down here, which is much lower. If Bitcoin were to dip more before finding support, like if we were to dip into the high 50s again, then I easily see Bitcoin, like if you look closely at these levels, like we can easily dip below $16. We can even go to 14. We can go like a bit under 15. So it just depends on what Bitcoin does. That's why it's very important to be cautious. That's why it's important to be patient and not try to catch a falling knife. It's always important to know when to step back, watch the charts, and just, let more information flow in, if that makes sense. So that's why it's very important, because if Bitcoin falls lower and you're trying to catch a falling knife on Mara right now without having proper confirmation of a reversal, then you can lose well over 10% very quickly. So it's very important to be, depending on your time horizon for the stock, it's very important to be very, very, very cautious. So, yeah. So with, it's quite simple. So now I'm trying to look for the third wave move higher, which once we have an established second wave down here, once we have this second wave, I can give you guys, and I might even give it on the next update, but once we have a more confirmed second wave bottom, I can give you guys a third wave high estimate. It does not matter if I give it to you right now because we still don't have bullish momentum at all, and we don't have any confirmed bullish momentum. I want to see prices go up into this area before I start making any decisions. But since my core position does have a longer time horizon, I don't plan to sell out of my core position or not sell completely out of it, but I don't expect my starting sell price to get here until like sometime in the fourth quarter or like sometime around New Year's. Like I'm expecting Bitcoin to be at $100,000 by the end of this year, but that can happen, of course, like it could be around Christmas time or whatever. It'll be an amazing Christmas present. But yeah, since I have a long time horizon on that, I plan to continue adding to my core position and then slowly trading the smaller fluctuations as they appear to be worth my time. So yeah, I hope you guys kind of understand what I'm looking for. I'm looking for bullish momentum to be confirmed. I hope you guys understand the risk involved in Mara at the moment. And I hope the new wave structures make sense. I hope you guys like this video. I have, again, a free Discord server down below and some social medias. So if you guys like and subscribe, I'll really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.